In this short video, we're going to look at how Cilium Gateway API can add, edit, and remove HTTP responses. Now, in a previous video, we looked at how Cilium can do the same for incoming HTTP requests. Now we're going to look at the actual responses. And if you actually look at the Gateway API repo, let's zoom here, you can see the justification behind this feature and how you have similar things for with Contour, with Istio, and why you might want to change or add a header on the way back, right? If you think about Gateway APIs, the traffic coming in, now we're when you update the response, it will be traffic kind of leaving the cluster. There are a couple of interesting use cases. For example, you could add or remove a cookie for certain backend, or you could provide a different UI, for example, depending on if you're talking to a stable or for a beta version of the backend server. Again, that's a couple of different use cases that I thought were interesting to look at. But now let's look at a demo of the Cilium Gateway API. Now you will see some instructions on the right hand side. That's our a new lab I've been working on, and I will be using this as well as a guide. So the first thing to note is this feature is still experimental, as we call this at the end of March 2023. So you need some experimental custom resource definitions. So not the one we've been using in some of the previous videos. We need some that are newer. So we're just going to go and deploy it. I should see it's version 0.6, and that's the experimental CRDs. Right. Now let's have a look at our gateway. Its IP address is 172.18.255.200, and we're going to use a HTTP route. And as you will have seen in the previous videos, depending on some kind of filter, for example, if we match based on the path prefix multiple, we'll send that traffic to a backend, which will be a service, for example, eco-1. Right, so we've got our services eco-1. So I've said that gateway IP address as an environment variable, and if I make a request to this /gateway right now, it's not working because I have not implemented this particular HTTP route. Let's go ahead and do that. And this time, the response is successful. And you can see we get 200. Right. Now, what I've deployed, my eco-1 service, it just replies back to me with, in its body, the original HTTP request header. Right. So we can see that was you can see the request header. That was the original one, and you can see that that's the response from when we use the verbose option on curl. We can see the response back from the server. Now, what we want to show is what if we were to add a header. And we can add a header, edit a header, remove a header. What we're going to do is add multiple headers. So we're going to uncomment this. Save that file, and we're going to apply it again. Again, note here, that's the header of the response. Right? You can see what's in there. Now let's reapply this and run the same command. Now you can also see now these headers have been added to the response. Right? So this was the original request header, and this is the response headers, and you can see that they have been all these three headers have been added by the Gateway API. And that's really all there is to it. It's going to be very useful again for more sophisticated deployments. I also see this very useful as we go into leveraging the Gateway API more for east-west traffic. I'm sure that's going to be super powerful. And thanks very much for watching. I hope you found this video useful, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye bye.